Hello, everybody. Welcome to Film Family, and today we are going to be reacting to the new Star Wars: Rise of Skywalker trailer. It was, D23, and then we're going to be, giving our thoughts about it.
Is it still Disney?
Yes.
Yeah. Okay. We'll say.
Here we go.
Childhood memories right there.
That's my Star Wars. Those are my guys.
Oh, those are great movies.
Yeah. Wow.
We've passed on all we know.
I was raised on these right here.
Yeah, those are yours.
1,000 generations.
I didn't like that one though. Yes.
But this is your fight. Your journey. Yes, it's him.
Whoa.
It was a nice little musical touch.
Oh, man. So many memories.
Half the commercial was the better Star Wars.
Oh, really?
I
I
think,
mean, it was just showing the original stuff,
I
and
think
then it
that's
started
how,
showing Kylo
I,
Ren.
I think that's what it was designed to do, be nostalgic, to remind you why you should go see it.
Yeah,
Like,
well,
forget that last movie. Just, this is what we want you to see.
yeah, I think Prince has something to go to, unfortunately.
Oh yes,
Now.
yes
But
I do.
I think
Well,
you should just give,
Yeah, we'll give you...
give two or three things you liked or just thought were interesting or disliked.
that I think it's the same thing in every new Star Wars or Disney Star Wars. Is who's the new guy? Because when the first Disney Star Wars came out, they showed Kylo Ren with his dope cross lightsaber. I was like, who's that guy? And then now, who's this girl? Is it Asajj Ventress? Is it somebody else? You know what I mean?
That was Ray.
With the double,
that was-
she had the double red lightsabers.
yeah.
Jesus, I mean,
What is even happening?
you got me, Disney. I don't know. You got me. I'm confused. But alrighty, fellas,
right.
good luck with this.
All right.
All right,
I'll see
good
you
luck.
guys next week. May the force be with you. I was gonna say something cooler, but I lost it.
No, that's pretty cool. Pretty cool.
All
All
right.
right. So what do you think, man?
Well, so yeah, Prince had his meeting. So yeah, that trailer to me, kind of like Prince said, it's about a minute of better movies, and a minute of. Personally, I'll just say this: I thought the first trailer was like exponentially better, like
When you say first trailer, you mean...
for this movie.
Okay.
Because people were like, "Oh, this new trailer is like great." I mean, there's a lot of mixed reactions online, but a lot of people like this trailer, and like, I just think the first one's much better done. But here's the thing: I'm not on board with this movie, and like, it crushed because I'm still gonna walk in this movie. I'm gonna try to clear my mind, as much as possible, and I want to and it sucks because I'm constantly telling myself like I'm in this internal battle, like, "Oh, you don't even like these new Star Wars movies," and I was like, "I want to though," but I can't get on board with it. But this Palpatine thing, why are people excited for this? Like, Palpatine is dead, and he's cheated death. Palpatine maybe cheated dying of age or something, but like at the end of the day, these people are like kind of humans. Palpatine is a human, and he got thrown down like an infinite feet elevator shaft or reactor shaft by Darth Vader. Like, you're dead. There's no living through that, and I don't even know what the plan is at this point. I don't know. Obviously, like that evil Ray thing, everybody's like, "Ooh, it's not even fake." Or why would they show it in the trailer if it's Plus, like
Could be it could be a dream.
that's what
could
I
be-
think it
could be
is.
a
And like at the end of the day,
reflection of-
does it even matter? Because like the way they've set up her character is just so confusing. Because a lot of people were like, "Oh, she might turn bad in the next movie." She didn't, but it's like, "Oh, she'll become like this big figure because of her parents," but her parents were nobodies.
Do
It's
you
just-
even care at this point? That's the problem.
No, like, but here's why I have to care, because once I realize like it's like the story of a generation, which Star Wars absolutely is. I will always say that, but
Okay.
like it is, as J.J. Abrams said, the conclusion to 9 movies and not just 3. And I was like, those 6 movies like literally hold such a special place in my heart that I will literally never stop liking those movies, you know?
Yeah.
Because even, whatever you have to say about the prequels, like those 6 movies, when I watched them as a kid, when I watch them now, like they make me understand why I even like movies. And these new 3 movies just haven't done that for me. And it's unfortunate, and I don't want to just hate on them because I even like the 7th one kind of, but it's just, I don't feel
I think
it.
it's just the promise of something that never got delivered, and now coming to grips, with knowing that it never will. Like,
Yeah.
You
I
got-
mean, they
yeah.
can do some good things. I'm sure there'll be some good scenes. They've hyped up that lightsaber fight like it's the next best thing, even though I think it won't hold a candle to like the top 5 best lightsaber fights, but that's just my opinion. But here's, this is the sad part. Not a bad thing, but this is the sad part, is that the most excited thing I am for this movie is nothing involved with the character, story, or anything else. It's the fact that it's John Williams' last movie he's ever going to compose.
Yeah, so he's on
Probably the
board.
greatest composer in film history.
Easily,
um,
in my opinion.
Arguably the greatest composer in American history, because I don't know how many American composers there are, but like I'm excited for that because he always delivers, even on the movies people don't like. People love his music.
Yeah.
But do I even care about the characters? I can't give you a definitive answer to that. I sort of do.
They never went anywhere with the characters. I mean,
What they do to Luke Skywalker for me and for you, like we were both pretty angry about that, and it kind of like
well,
just made me mad. It hurt my feelings,
even Finn, like they
Yeah, what did they do with him?
He had so
went
much
on a mission to a
promise.
casino,
Yeah, he had
like-
so much promise in the beginning, and it's just like then the second one they just made him run around.
Yeah,
It's
it was very the second one actually in like terms of structure is actually a bit like Empire Strikes Back, because Han Solo and them go off in like the asteroid field and into Cloud City, which is like Finn and them dealing with the blockade, because the Empire is always like chasing them, and then like Luke is doing his training like Rey is, and it's very similar to Empire, except just like it just doesn't have any
but
of the
there's
heart
character
writing.
growth in
Plenty of
Empire.
character growth. I didn't even think Ray, like, I don't know. It seems like we're ragging. But this isn't a video. This isn't a review of the previous 2 movies. Let's talk about this trailer.
Yeah,
I mean,
because
it directly correlates.
you're viewing it through the eyes of someone that didn't,
Yeah,
that,
it's also too on this channel we haven't really given our thoughts on these 2, and like I don't want to sound like a hater. I just don't very much like them. If you like them, I'm actually happy for you.
I didn't mind Force Awakens. I wish Han Solo. Spoiler alert! If you haven't seen it, but
I wish liked Han Solo's death.
I understood it because I knew behind the scenes that he did not want to be in a movie of Star Wars ever again, and so I appreciated him coming back for one last time. But there's something about never seeing Han, Luke, and Leia together.
That's something too about how they all died.
I waited 30
Leia,
years, dude.
I honestly
like that's
think
what that's what you don't understand.
Yeah.
30 years. Like when people say they waited 30 years,
You waited 30 years.
and then they show you like all of them in a room reading the script together, you assume. I saw those images of Mark Hamill next to Harrison Ford, next to
Reading his one line. He has no lines of dialogue.
yeah, but that's the thing. Like they made it seem like he was in the Force Awakens. And
My
it's
other
like,
thought was always like, why did you even put these characters in this movie if you didn't care about what happened?
because they know that
you needed to
nostalgia
attract people.
sells.
Because you have given pretty much 0 of these characters have had actual character arcs, and I know like you in a trilogy, you're obviously gonna wait to the 3rd one to kind of complete a character arc, but it doesn't even seem like they've been
The
setting.
first
up for
one should have
anything.
been about the originals. It should have, and you should have introduced the new characters through the originals.
I just think there's a better way, and I even like I said, I liked Force Awakens. It was a big deal that even like happened. I remember just being in the theater, seeing the Star Wars logo, and being like, "Oh my god, I'm in a Star Wars movie." But at this point, I don't even really care anymore, and like it hurts because I'm definitely excited for Clone Wars season 7, one of my favorite animated one of my favorite shows of all time, and The Mandalorian looks super promising, but like their film, it's kind of. Let's just cut that out. Right?
So where do we go from?
I'll say their
I
film.
knew as soon as
I'll say their film.
okay.
All right. But like their film, it's their film. It's like they're gonna put this thing in theaters. This is supposed to be their Avengers Endgame, their Dark Knight Rise, their Return of the King. It's not any of those movies from what I've
It's
seen.
not set up to be.
And, it hurts my feelings though. It really does, because I hope this movie's good. I hope it's not identical to Return of the Jedi, because the first two movies are kind of identical to the first two originals. That's something you can at least say about the prequels, that they have very good like structure in terms of how different they are. But I don't really know what to say. Rey's not evil, and if she is, why would you spoil your biggest thing in the trailer? Like Anakin, they kind of spoiled going bad in Revenge of the Sith, but like everyone knew that.
That was like part of the
literally
arc.
says Darth Vader's name is Anakin Skywalker. You know, it's just like, to me, so foolish that this trilogy has went the way it has, and it's so sad that it had to turn out like this, because it could have been something special.
And I do have faith in JJ. That's the problem, JJ Abrams. That's not the.
He's a Star Wars fan.
He's a Star Wars fan, and you know, supposedly they consulted Lucas about some of these things.
I
but,
really hope they did.
you know, they needed to consult him more. But it's just like, this is someone that has watched. I've been at the opening of pretty much every Star Wars movie that I possibly could have at you know.
Yeah.
My own control of being
Yeah.
a certain age.
Yeah.
I've seen every Star Wars movie opening
here.
night, and it's like, so I'm a big Star Wars fan. I care about Star Wars, and I understand people getting upset. Like,
Yeah, Star Wars is more than just like a movie. It's one of those few things that
phenomenal.
it represents a piece of culture. Like, you could put it in a time capsule of space, no pun intended. But like, it's just, at this point, it's like, when I just don't feel the desire to even watch movies. When I went and saw Captain Marvel because I like Marvel movies, because I trusted them enough, even if they did a poor job, but they did a movie, like, that should show you something. I'll talk about The Last Jedi one day, you know, because we'll probably make a video before, you know, Rise of Skywalker comes out. But like, you know, I don't even think people realize, like, that movie had probably the worst impact on me any movies ever. And I've watched, like, you know, horror movies when I was a kid, that type of stuff. And I walked out that movie like feeling depressed. And I stopped like watching any Star Wars. I didn't even watch the originals or prequels or Clone Wars and the stuff I love, because I couldn't even think about Star Wars, because that movie just made me sad. And if you think like I'm whining and, you know, you like these new movies, that's fine. You know, you're allowed to like it.
entitled to your
It's just
opinion.
like, it hurt my personal feelings to see it. And I know it's just a movie to some people, but Star Wars means a lot more to me than just a movie. And it sucks for me to even say this stuff, but, you know, I really want this movie to be good. I just think its chances of success are just so low.
It's the chances are very low because it wasn't set up. Like, I think if JJ would have done all three, there would have been a very good ending to this.
Yeah.
The fact that he took over, you know, Ryan Johnson doing number 2, and now he has to, I don't want to even say clean up the mess, but he's got to turn it around.
He just has to, like, direct it into a way that's compatible with his vision, which
But
I don't think
so many
anything's
things
compatible.
missing.
There's
Luke
literally
is not,
so many
like,
things they
literally-
changed. Yeah, I don't even know how to explain this movie. And I think the one other thing I should say, too, is that this movie looks like it's fundamentally changing the Force.
Yeah.
And I know people hate midichlorians. It's one of the things about the prequels I don't really like. But I've grown to, there's like, this isn't the video for that, but whatever. I've gotten over that. But it seems like this movie is literally like being like, we're gonna change the rules of the Force. And a Force vision is not a bad thing. They had that in Empire.
Yeah.
But I mean, like, just I don't trust that this movie won't change the Force in order to help either serve its plot or characters.
They've broken all the other rules.
Yeah, because, and like, I know a lot of people online hate on Rey because she beat Kylo Ren the first time. That wasn't even like the biggest deal to me, but like, the fact that she is so like skilled, and the fact that Anakin, as the chosen one, lost to Count Dooku and like needed to learn how to, you know, become a Jedi Master, like, that type of stuff is frustrating, because it seems like they didn't even watch the original 6 movies.
Yeah, no, that is true. I mean, she's definitely, it comes easy to her.
Yeah, yeah. And again, like, I'm not gonna hate on this movie. It seems like she's doing some
I
training.
liked Rey in the first Force Awakens. I kind
just
of
don't-
liked her and Finn's relationship. That's
I just don't know what they're going with this time. And I hope the planets are cool. It seems like they're trying a little more unique. That's another thing I could say about the prequels. They had super unique planets. The first movies, you know, were obviously made at a completely different time in terms of film technology. So what they had to shoot on location, they shot the desert, the snow, the forest. Those are their 3 locales. And the second movie in the second trilogy, they had all this stuff so they could do city planets, lava, you know, all this type of stuff. So this movie, hope, you know, visits that a little more. I just don't know how this movie's gonna fit everything to conclude 9 movies, plus its own story, plus, like, you know, try to
it's an
remediate
impossible
things.
mission. That's why I'm
Impossible.
like letting myself down.
Mission Impossible.
Yeah, I mean, literally, like, it's not that I don't have faith in JJ. It's just there's like really,
The odds are just so low.
He was
They're so
packed in the
low.
corner unless they like reverse time and like there's a time machine, you know, or
Yeah.
Luke faked his death.
Yeah,
because
like
that's-
they'd have to do something drastic, and at this point, I don't even want to see it. I'd rather them just do a decent
say
ending
that, but
than.
yeah.
I'd
It's
rather
like-
them see do a decent ending than do a retcon that they were just too ashamed of. You know, like it's
you want
just-
them to own it.
at least own it. You
I
know,
don't care.
because
I'd rather them retcon.
at least like you know,
I'd rather them go straight from Force Awakens to this one.
just be like it was all a
Yeah,
dream. Yeah, I don't know. I can't vibe with that. But
I know you can't because you respect movies.
there's a
too much.
certain storytelling
No,
thing.
they've
It's
done it. They've done it with Terminator. They've done it with Halloween.
Yeah.
I have nothing. If it works, it
just-
works.
Yeah, I don't know. Han Solo said never tell me the odds.
Yeah.
I said there was low odds, so maybe this movie will be good.
I want it to be good.
I'll
but
never stop loving Star Wars. I'll always have 6 movies in an incredible show.
What does Mark Hamill say? Because he's always been honest to me.
But he's like dead. His character's dead now, and I don't know how much he'll contribute to the movie. It'd be cool to see him as a Force ghost. That's something that would genuinely
Yeah.
make me smile.
Yeah.
But like honestly, the only thing I can think about now that I'm excited for is like what songs are John Williams gonna make? And then
Williams
B,
He
is
is the
like
man.
what old songs is he gonna do like a little reference to? Because a lot of composers do
Motifs
that.
and stuff.
Little motif, yeah, and like what type of motifs?
I
is he
had
gonna-
one
that type of stuff.
prerequisite for this whole trilogy.
What
Besides
is it?
seeing Luke, Leia, and Han together, which didn't happen, was basically seeing Luke, basically seeing the extent of his power, which didn't happen.
Yeah, it
I mean,
happened in a way when he was on the planet.
Yeah, but
which also fundamentally changed the Force.
yeah, but that's what I'm saying. It's like that wasn't a fight to me. That was like
Yeah.
a fit. That was a hologram.
Here's the one other thing too I would like to see is Luke talk to Anakin. Like a lot of people talking about bringing Hayden Christensen back. Some people are like, no, he's a terrible actor.
I like that dude.
You can feel how you want, but I think he seems like a really cool guy, and I think he doesn't deserve the hate. I don't even think Kelly Marie Tran deserves the hate, and I think she was
No.
a terrible character, but she's a human being and an actress. So
No, it's
people
the
need to chill.
character. It's
But
the character.
I do think they should bring Anakin, back in some sort of way just to talk to his son. That'd be something beautiful. Because at the end of the day, these new characters kind of screwed. Their arcs have been kind of wonkily moved, and just I don't even know what can happen. But at least you can see some beautiful stuff between old characters: Yoda, Anakin, Obi-Wan. That type of stuff is I would at least enjoy seeing. It's unfortunate Alec Guinness isn't alive, but maybe Ewan McGregor.
Don't say
or something.
never, because
Yeah,
They got the
baby
technology.
CGI
Yeah.
people all the time. They did it with Peter Cushing's
I know.
grandma. Yeah, I don't know. I pray that this movie's good, but unfortunately, prayers aren't often answered with these new Star Wars movies. So, I'm just excited for what John Williams is going to bring to the table because that guy, I don't think he's once disappointed me.
No.
So,
So at least the soundtrack will be good.
at least the soundtrack will be, and hopefully like the visuals and whatnot. And that lightsaber fight, do you think it'll be good? Do you think it'll be better than
It's hard because I know that in the original trilogies we did see Luke and Vader fight a lot. So I can't complain saying, oh, this is their 10th lightsaber, which is like their third or whatever. But
Yeah.
I can't say, oh, I'm sick of seeing them fight. It's not that. It's just it doesn't. I don't have any emotional
they
stake in it.
destroyed that lightsaber, didn't they? Anakin's lightsaber,
I
which
think
then
that-
went.
Yeah,
Oh
I think
my
they
God,
did.
I
I'm not
forgot
sure.
about that. During the throne room scene. If I'm wrong, I'm sorry, but I'm like
I
pretty sure
don't
they like
know.
use the force on it and like blows. And if that's they disrespect, I can't even talk about this anymore. Let's just say that I hope this
I
movie's
forgot
good.
that middle movie. I don't
Yeah.
even,
Oh my god, I have to watch the movie. I've never watched it again, and
I haven't either.
I have to watch it.
It's the only Star Wars movie I haven't watched
Oh yeah,
twice.
it's only actually I haven't seen Solo again, but like
I haven't seen Solo.
I don't think people even realize that I've seen the original six Star Wars movies, and this is an exaggeration, about 80 times each.
Yeah.
Because I used to watch them like every day when I was younger, and that should tell you something about what the movies mean to me. And I've seen Force Awakens 3 times, and I've seen Last Jedi once, and I wish I could unsee that time. So
Yeah.
that should tell you something. But good luck, John Williams.
Yeah. And a shout out to George Lucas,
Yeah,
who's
George-
the original OG.
One of the greatest creative minds of all time.
Yeah.
I firmly believe that.
I
think
100%
the
believe
prequels
it.
could have been incredible movies if you just had a little more help. But anyway, thanks for watching. Let us know what you thought of the trailer. Why is C-3PO's eyes red?
Because they have to sell toys.
Good one. Very true. It's just like, I hope this movie's good, but is Palpatine coming back? He's dead. Like, stop
he is dead.
bringing Carrie's dead. And then, there's that line, no one's ever really gone.
Yeah.
Because the last movie was like, kill the past, let it destroy. I don't know. I don't
Are we
know
going
what
to see
it is.
Vader?
Anakin is dead. Vader's
But someone
dead.
in Vader, like, are we going to see Kylo Ren
I would
in
be
Vader's
fine with
outfit?
hearing Vader's voice, but like,
We heard his
People, people love, yeah. But I also think the editor of this trailer probably watched this movie because the editor, get to see it and they're like, "What is this movie like? I don't even know what's happening.
Yeah.
I'm just gonna put in old noises so people get excited.
This is what I
Let's
wanna
take that one." Yeah, that's what it felt like. And last thing, there's a lot of people actually who love Kylo Ren. Like they say he's a brilliant character, and they say he's better character than Anakin. And I think Anakin could have been written better. George Lucas himself has admitted he's not the best writer, but to say Kylo Ren's better, I could make a whole video on why that's not true at all. But anyway, hopefully you enjoy this trailer. Let us know if you like this new trilogy and why. Because I actually liked Rogue One and I liked The Force Awakens, especially at the time before this new movie came out and destroyed what it set up. So I thought Disney was on a good track. And then my dreams are just hopes, they were just crushed.
Yeah,
They were crushed.
mine too.
But yeah, that's all I have to say. And don't forget to like, subscribe, and we'll see you next time.